Hi, Imani.
Hi.
It's been a while. Let's just see each
Right.
other face to face. Hope everything's going well with you.
It is. How's everything with you?
Good, good. Um, it's trying to, every day I'm trying to do something new with the channel, improve it, figure it out as you go and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely like a learning
It
experience.
sure
I'm
is.
trying to be more consistent. It's hard. It is.
It is, yes. All right. So, as you know, my channel is called Joy New 18. Last year, I kind of wanted to do something different, go out of my comfort zone. And so one day, the Join You just came about. And 18, that's my favorite number. And so the reason why I created the channel is because a lot of people have testimonies out there, and there's joy within your testimony, in your story. And other people may be going through the same thing. And so I thought it would be a way for others to hear your experience, not just yours, but others, and to know that your story can bring great joy to others that are out there.
Right. Yeah, that's really beautiful.
So I thought start off by you introducing yourself, who you are, and just anything you like to share, and then we'll go into the questions.
Okay. So my name's Imani. I currently live in Rochester, New York. I actually met you in
Yes.
Albany at school at UAlbany. And I also have a channel called Purposely Transforming. And so we're both on this journey of doing ministry in a different way. I definitely feel like this is a ministry, reaching people in a different way. Um, I love butterflies and their spiritual significance and things like that.
But yeah, thank you for sharing those information. Yes, we did meet in campus of well, I think it was when we were singing, when I joined the choir, or we might have walked across paths before then. But yeah, I'm hoping she'll sing for us. But well, we'll see. She has a good voice. Um, so yeah, so definitely check out our channel as well. I'll drop a link below and stuff like that, so others can check that out. So, what do you think? Like God has called you to do, or what do you think your purpose is in terms of
Um, That's
life?
definitely a packed question. I would say overall, like we're all called to draw people.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like God uses me to draw people through my singing and through my talking. Like I've been engaging in a lot of different conversations with people, and it's just opened the door to so much, and it all turned back around into talking about God and how God has impacted our life, or like you were saying, like sharing our testimonies
Mm-hmm.
and experiences. And I honestly feel that that's what God has called me to do, is to engage people in conversations about him in different ways.
True. Um, I definitely believe that's definitely true, because one person might not be able to interact with you or feel the spirit in that type of manner, but through singing or so, you might draw somebody closer to you, um, whatever that emotion may be, or so like that. Thank you. How do you define joy?
I define joy at this point in my life as security in God. Like I used to relate joy to like feeling good and feeling happy, but I realized that the joy of the Lord is actually having like a sense of security that everything is gonna be okay, no matter what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I lost someone very close to me in August of 2018, and it was really hard, but somehow like I had a sense of security. Sorry, there's like an airplane that
It's
just
okay. It's
I
okay.
had a sense of like security and just joy in God, like an understanding that God knows what's best. He's sovereign, and he got me. Like he's taking care of me. I don't have anything to worry about, and I can just lean on that and not what I'm actually feeling at the moment. And that's been a good thing and a bad thing, because some people feel that I don't deal with my emotions the right way, but I think it's also just them misunderstanding how I deal with my emotions, because joy is bigger. It has to be bigger than what you feel, and it has to be bigger than just feeling good or feeling happy.
Yeah.
That can be one way joy is expressed, but I would say overall it has to be a security, a knowing that everything is fine.
Yes, yes. Um, well, my condolence goes out to you. I know
Thank
pain
you.
is still there, but we can only, remember the memories and stuff like that, as long
Right.
as that person was still here. Um, there's still joy, even if they're not here. There's still joy because the life they may have lived and stuff like that, and the things they've,
Yeah,
and it changed you as a person.
definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, thank you. That because
No problem.
that's something deep. And, it takes a lot of comfortability and stuff like that to share that with others that may be going through the same thing. In, this world,
Yeah.
there's a lot of shooting, a lot of young people, young and old, who are dying, and some people don't know how to express that emotion, even joy, out of the life or so like that.
Right. Right. Grief is definitely a process.
Hmm.
It's definitely a process.
So what kind of joy is there in your life? Be happy, sad.
What kind of joy is in my life? I would say right now it's just that sense of security and trying not to worry about the next thing. Going back to losing the person last year, it reminded me of like to be present.
Hmm.
That's something that I feel God has been dealing with me with. Like I think a lot of people aren't able to experience joy because they're comparing themselves, or they're constantly trying to like um, do something different to make their life better, or they're looking at the next person and they can't seem to find genuine happiness or um, genuine peace with where they are now. Even if we aren't meeting all of our goals, like, even with us starting our channel, this
Yeah.
is not where we want our channel to stay, but we can't just be sad and be like, oh my gosh, like nobody's watching, or
Uh-huh. Yeah.
not, you know what I mean? Like we have to have joy in the journey of God building
Right.
and,
Right.
growing what he has started in us. And so I think that that's what I'm finding joy in, is just the journey that God has us on. And it's so interesting, and it has ups and downs, and it's not always yay, and it's not always sad, but it's just the ups and downs of life, and trying to find God in it all. And when you find God in everything, that keeps you centered, and that keeps me in a state of having joy. So,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. You always have to find that peace, that joy in you, because
Yeah.
you're always down, you're always sad. I mean, it might be one day, but you always have to try to stay positive in whatever
Right.
situation may be.
Yeah, like especially, people are like dealing with anxiety and depression. Like it's
Mhm.
so heavily dealt. A lot of people are dealing with depression and anxiety right now, and it's pretty crazy. And I think it's um goes back to just them um not trying to define joy for themselves, but they're trying to compare it to someone else's definition of joy or
Yeah.
feeling of joy. And so it's pretty interesting, the state that a lot of young people are in, and just what we deal with on a daily basis is pretty
Hmm.
it's pretty crazy. But
Yeah.
God is with us.
So, by you expressing how joy is in different situations, how could you help someone who might have lost joy or is in a process of feeling joy?
My encouragement to them would be to release themselves or separate themselves from the things that they know are negative and that are keeping them from having joy, or from just being in a whole and healthy state of mind. Like there's things that you may need to take a break from. Like I'm all for fasting. I didn't really understand fasting
Mhm.
until like the end of, no, I'm sorry, my 21st birthday, but I don't really feel like I truly understood what it really means to fast until the more you do it, and then you realize how impactful it is and the difference it makes. But I would say overall, like just trying to separate yourself from distractions I think is a way for someone to rediscover joy or grow in a feeling of joy.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, like connect with other people who you see have joy. You know, like sometimes when you're sad, you end up connecting with another sad person rather than someone who's happy. So
Yes,
I
yes.
would encourage them to connect to some people who want to see them in a different state and want to see them with joy and feeling good, rather than someone who is okay with you hurting because they may be hurting or whatever the case may be. So that would be my encouragement to them, is to connect with the right things and disconnect from the wrong things.
Yes, yeah, I have to agree with that one. Because you can't you can be on somebody else's level, but still have all these things that are distracting you from going forward instead of that those distractions are pushing you backwards.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly.
Thank you for those advice. I guess it's a little personal. Like, what are some things you learned about yourself? It could be about joy. It could be anything besides joy, but in general terms.
Something that I've learned about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've learned that I'm stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've learned that with me being stubborn, I can have a hard time accepting help from other people or accepting someone trying to um, trying to get me to confide in them and open up to them. My stubbornness automatically makes me like want to handle everything on my own and say like, I got it, I'm handling it,
Yes, yes.
it's all okay. So I would say I'm learning that about myself, and I'm learning that God is connecting me with people for me to be open with and for me to have those type of conversations with and connect with. And so um, that's something that I'm learning about myself. So
How has God shown you love, and how do you think, like throughout your life or a recent situation, you think you lost joy?
so God has shown me love through the family that I've been blessed to be raised in. Like the older I get, I'm very mindful of just how blessed I am to have both of my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the ideal situation. Both my parents are divorced.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the oldest of four siblings. I have four siblings whom I love to share that with. I love being the oldest. I love having these babies that are not my babies, but they're my siblings.
Yes.
And that's what I feel has brought me joy. My mom has a 2-year-old, which is my 2-year-old sister. And
Mm-hmm.
she just, like, she's just, I told my mom when she was born that she is joy. I mean, my mom said it all the time, like, she brings joy around. Like, she smiles out of nowhere. She wakes up smiling. She never really, like, I ain't gonna say she never has attitude. You know, every baby has their little moments. But
Right.
for the most part, she is, like, just a ball of energy, and she
Mm-hmm.
hugs you out of nowhere. She just knows when you seem to need some extra love, and I think it's God. I think God uses her. Another plane just went by. I had my window open,
It's okay.
but my sister, yeah, like God uses my sister to bring me joy and to just brighten my day and whoever's day she's around. How I feel that I had moments where I feel like I didn't have joy. I think any moment that I felt like I didn't have joy was just me not trusting in God the way that I should.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that going back to losing the person that I lost in August of last year, I wouldn't say I lost trust in God, but I lost understanding. But I realized that you can trust God and not understand. And it didn't feel good. I definitely didn't feel good dealing with the unexpected death, that
Mm-hmm.
unexpected death. But I feel like, you know, like the Bible says, the joy of the Lord is our strength. And I think that overall, even though I felt like I didn't feel good and I didn't feel like I fully, sorry, just got a text. Even though I felt like I didn't fully feel good and have joy at that time in God, because I was kind of like, God, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand this.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like went full circle with me and showed me how he does have everything under control, and like everything is going the way that he wants it to go, and everything is happening the way that he is allowing it to happen. And so that's how I was able to then also get that joy back, that security and trust in God. So, yeah.
You lost security in certain situations, but you gained it back.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
So we're coming close to ending. Any goals you have for the future, whether if it's for your channel, could relate to joy, anything?
I am definitely trying to get consistent with my channel. Other goals, so I'm trying to get consistent with my channel, and I'm trying to just be a better steward of like every area of my life, especially money, just trying to get my savings together, just like adulting. Like I'm trying to, I am trying to adult successfully and stress-free. I'm trying my best to try and adult stress-free and successfully, but that is a daily battle, I guess I would say. But all jokes aside, I'm just trying to be whatever God wants me to be and trying to discover what that is. Like I am definitely in a stage in my life of just discovering life and what God has for me. Because I transitioned from like a consistent pattern of college and everything. And so, I've been working at the same job for a year. So I'm just trying to figure out like what groove, like what God really wants me doing right now, along with Purposely Transforming, which is the name of my channel. I'm just trying to get more vision about my actual life aside from ministry, or not aside, but along with ministry, because it all connects. So I would say that's where I am. That's where I am right now.
Yeah, I know. This adulting, every day is a challenge. You gotta get people who might not like you, people who do like you, things that come your way, everyday activities that you have to do. But it's a matter of knowing that it'll be okay. Just taking one step at a time.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely one step at a time, one day at a time, or you'll be stressed out. And I'm not for it. I'm not trying to be stressed.
No. So. I'm not trying to get old quickly, trying to stay young as
Yeah, time is flying by though. Like my mom, she had always told me like, once you get in your 20s, she was like, the years fly by, and they really are flying by. Like when I was a kid, I just felt like a year was so long. Yeah. Now I'm just like, yo, can the year slow down? Like August,
like 2019 just started. 2020 is about to be here.
Right. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
All right. So now it's on you to ask me any questions.
I would like to know what brings you joy and what keeps you inspired to keep going with the channel and just everything God currently wants you to do. What keeps you going? So I guess they're kind of the same question in a sense, but
it's all right. Just hearing people's situation and where they're coming from keeps me going, just because at one point I want to slowly tell people my story. I have shared my story publicly with others, so that kind of inspired me to slowly get comfortable within myself and like get to that point where God has said like it's okay for you to share about your life. Everything you try to keep secret, but some people might need to hear it, and that whatever it is may help them go through their day or stuff like that. And just hearing a little bit about others kind of keeps me going and want to help them share their story. And as the channel keeps growing, I'm hoping to eventually, have others who have different stories come on. And it's more like of a talk and a chat, open question. I have my own questions, but at the same time, as I learn more and I talk to others, I want to dig deeper and ask other questions. And just hopefully develop other things within the channel to make it more fun, interactive, and even I know some people go out in public and do their whole daily activity from 9 to 5 or something.
Oh yeah, like vlogging.
Yeah, blogging. Um, so yeah, just kind of seeing where it goes as I continue to talk to others and what I want in terms of myself to develop the channel, and of course,
Oh,
God.
great. That's really cool. I think that's pretty dope. I think that people will really be touched by that because
Mhm.
I think people's testimonies are meant to, like you said, be shared and be heard.
Mhm.
Um, that's dope. My last question would be, I don't know if your channel knows or if you shared it with your channel, but your fitness journey. So how did that start and how is that going?
Yes. So I want to. That's the other part where I want to start on a channel because you have to. Your body is your temple. You know, you have to make sure that's right.
Right.
So yeah, I've been consistent for about 6 months. I started to go to Planet, but I felt like Planet wasn't giving me all what I wanted, so I wanted to invest in another gym. So I go locally here. So I started out with a trainer, to help me with my needs and stuff like that, to get a daily routine. I also go to other classes, group classes, and on Instagram I share my little clips of my workout and stuff like that. So hopefully my goal is to try to transform that onto YouTube and
Okay.
and help others, who are ready to work out and start their fitness journey.
That's dope. How do you stay motivated? Because I need to start, but I just honestly, I do not like working out. I just don't.
Honestly, like you said, consistency.
Okay.
Um, and just motivation. Honestly, there are days that I'll sign up for, say, a workout class. In the middle of the day while I'm at work, I'm like, no, I don't want to go. But as it gets closer to time, I'm like, all right, I'll push myself. It's just a mindset. It's really
Yeah.
a mindset, and just pushing yourself. And honestly, once you're in a class, once you're like, even if it's Zumba, once you're there and you see other people and you get going, before you know it, it's over. Class is
Yeah.
over.
That's a good way to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You just
cool.
plan it around your schedule and what works for you.
I gotta do it eventually. I
I
gotta do
encourage you. I encourage you.
it. Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for having me on your channel. I'm so
Thank
excited
you.
to see more people share their story, and I'm so excited to see where Join You 18 goes and just what it
Yes.
grows into. I'm
Thank
very excited
you.
for you, happy for you.
Thank you. I'll be sure to, purposely transforming. I hope everybody checks your channel out because it's definitely something they need to see. And I hope your channel goes far and your purpose and what you are called to do is is going to touch many lives.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. I guess.
Okay. All right, bye.
Bye. Thank you, Imani.
No problem.